91 inches. The winds are from the north, northwest, 10 miles an hour, 46 on the mainland, 48 degrees in downtown Atlantic City.
That's it, the WOND Weather Eye on WOND in Pleasantville, New Jersey, presented by the Burkhardt Fuel Oil Company.
All America. Hi, this is Stevie Wonder, and I want you to clap your hands, stomp your feet, jump up and down, do anything that you want to do, because this is the Bruce Roberts Show.
WOND Weather Eye, Z's for southern New Jersey. Fair weather tonight, low in the low 40s. Today, mostly sunny and cool, man. High in the upper 50s, clear and cooler. Friday night, small craft warnings are up at the present time. Currently, the barometer is holding steady at 29.91 inches. The winds are from the north, northwest, 10 miles an hour, 46 on the mainland, 48 degrees in downtown Atlantic City.
That's it, the WOND Weather Eye on WOND in Pleasantville, New Jersey, presented by the Burkhardt Fuel Oil Company.
All America.
I know I can't sing, Prince, but gee.
Hi, this is Stevie Wonder, and I want you to clap your hands, stomp your feet, jump up and down, do anything that you want to do, because this is the Bruce Roberts Show.
WOND Weather Eye, Z's for southern New Jersey. Fair weather tonight, low in the low 40s. Today, mostly sunny and cool, man. High in the upper 50s, clear and cooler. Friday night, small craft warnings are up at the present time. Currently, the barometer is holding steady at 29.91 inches. The winds are from the north, northwest, 10 miles an hour, 46 on the mainland, 48 degrees in downtown Atlantic City.
That's it, the WOND Weather Eye on WOND in Pleasantville, New Jersey, presented by the Burkhardt Fuel Oil Company.
All America.
I know I can't sing, Prince, but gee whiz, for when I get paid, it's so much fun trying. Grab my hand as we take a walk down WOND All-Americans Music Hall of Fame.
He loved me, I want to know.
Great sound, Betty Everett right there, the Shoop Shoop song sold to me not too long ago. Right all across southern New Jersey and, of course, the great big country of ours. Great sound standing by.
WOND, What Ads? Your chance to advertise free. If you'd like a WOND What Ad mentioned on WOND All-American, send it in on a postcard. No phone calls, please. They must be mailed in, and no real estate or automobiles will be used. Let the All-Americans help you with your What Ads free. There is no charge. Send your What Ads to WOND, Pleasantville, New Jersey.
WOND, South Jersey.
Hey, right now on the Brucey All Night Satellite, I have 28 before 1 o'clock. That's the All-American. Yeah, they're rolling along with one smash sound after another. The mighty Rolling Stones, the number one group in London, England right now. Time is almost, right now it's 25 minutes before 1 o'clock right here on the All-Night All-American Satellite. Friday, November 6th, all across southern New Jersey. Today is payday. The eagle flies in some cases.
All-American Radio. WOND. Spots a hit. And now presents the WOND Discovery.
It is, baby. Discover of the week, Man for Man, and yeah, sha-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. 2-0 for that good group. Man for Man, the whole congregation. Sha-la-la, sha-la-la. One Discover of the week.
WOND now presents All-American Sports.
Notre Dame's athletic director, Ed Moose Krause, says that there's none one chance in a million or perhaps one in a billion that the nation's top-ranked football team will play in a bowl game. Krause says that Notre Dame's policy toward postseason games is the same as it has been since 1925. He says emphatically, we are not going to any bowl game. An official of the Liberty Bowl football game, Bud Dudley, says the winner of Saturday's game between Boston College and Villanova will rate as a prime contender for the Eastern berth in the postseason contest. The Liberty Bowl game will be played here in Atlantic City, December the 19th. Syracuse University's football team has received some good news. Co-captain and halfback Billy Hunter has been given the go-ahead to play in Saturday's game against Army. Hunter has been sidelined recently with injuries. The World Boxing Association has named 2 boxers of the month for October. They are middleweight contender Joey Archer of New York and lightweight contender Paulie Armstead of Los Angeles. Archer was cited for his victory over former middleweight champion Dick Tiger, and Armstead was honored for beating Luis Molina. And Arnold Palmer continues to hold a slim lead over Jack Nicklaus for money-winning honors on the professional golf circuit this year. Palmer has won $111,000, or $319 more than Nicklaus.
WOND reminds all Americans, if you can't play a sport, be one anyway.
And as Cousin Brucey always says, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you throw the game. No, that's not the way it goes, is it? Here comes the brand new dance sensation that's grabbing the nation, everybody. It's the 81. Soundproof, you hear them first. An All-American WOND Radio Candy and all the kisses. They're doing the 81. I have 18 minutes now before 1 o'clock. On the all-night satellite, we make tracks to the Music Hall of Fame in just 60 seconds.
All-American Battleline News on WOND.
Battleline's being presented as a public service on behalf of the Red Cross. Senator Goldwater has said he intends to retain leadership of the party he won at the National Convention in June. I'll have the weather in just a second.
Today, as always, Red Cross is there to help. With your help, it always will be.
All-American weather.
WOND weather ICs for southern New Jersey. Fair weather tonight, low in the low 40s. Today, mostly sunny and cool, high in the upper 50s. Clear and cooler Friday night. Small craft warnings are in effect. Currently, the barometer is holding steady at 29.91 inches. The winds are from the north-northwest, 10 miles an hour. 46 in the mainland, 48 degrees in downtown Atlantic City.
You have just heard WOND Battlelines presented as a public service of All-American WOND Radio on the all-night satellite. It's 17 minutes before 1 o'clock. Grab my hand as we take a walk down WOND All-American's Music Hall of Fame. Great billion seller sound from Bobby Darin. Go back to 1959. Dream Lover from the past. We make tracks to the present at 14 minutes before 1 o'clock. The Mighty Ronettes, 3 groovy chicks from NYC, going to put down the sound of truth. Oh, how I do dig that sound. The Mighty Ronettes walking into the rain right to the bank with that great smash. Big sound from the Super Hit All-American Survey at 11 and a half minutes before 1 a.m. Welcome aboard the all-night satellite.
WOND Radio, All-American.
Hi there, everybody. This is the Emperor, Bob Connell, inviting you to join me every good morning, 6 to 9 a.m. on WOND All-American Radio for the Emperor, Bob Connell Show. All the goodies for you, all the great sounds from the All-American Super Hit Survey, traffic reports, time checks, the latest All-American weather, and, of course, Battleline News and All-American News from ABC Radio. It's all yours on the Emperor Connell Show every good morning, 6 to 9 a.m. On behalf of myself, my boss, and my 42 and a half dependents, I hope you'll join me tomorrow morning at 6 and every good morning, 6 to 9, for the Emperor Connell Show on WOND All-American Radio. When you listen, you'll find out why. When you listen to the Emperor Connell Show, you'll have more fun than people do. I always wanted to be a people. Shut up.
6 o'clock every morning, you will hear the Emperor as he takes his reign over southern New Jersey for 3 big hours. Hey, let's go out west right now to Ringo, the fastest drumsticks in the West.
He lay face down on the desert sand.
Yeah, that's the story of Ringo from the Super Hit All-American Survey and the all-night satellite. Okay, I've got the great news sound of Sandy Shaw standing by. As a matter of fact, it's #1 in England. It's going to take us up to news live at 55. But first, if you have experienced discrimination in rental or purchase of public housing, public accommodations, or employment as far as race, color, creed, national origin, age, religion, or ancestry is concerned, the State of New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Division on Civil Rights, asks you to contact the local office at 136 North Main Avenue in Atlantic City by calling 345-3682. That's 345-3682.
WOND. First in South Jersey.
Let's go to news right now. Sandy Shaw, and there's always something there to remind me of you. Like all those bills, baby. Those pills.
I walk along the city streets, you used to walk along with me.
Always something there to remind me. Always something there to remind me.
Good morning, Southern New Jersey. It's 12:56, 46 on the mainland, 48 degrees in downtown Atlantic City. Complete weather follows this edition of All American News, being presented by the Burkhardt Fuel Oil Company. This is Bruce Roberts reporting. Well, post-mortem assessments are piling up in the wake of the Republican defeat at the polls. A former Republican National Chairman, Senator Thruston Morton of Kentucky, says the party can't afford any more scars. Morton adds that if Senator Goldwater and backers desire to control the GOP National Committee, it may be necessary to set up an advisory committee. He suggests the group might include the party's congressional leaders, the governors, the National Committee men, and such non-office holders as former Vice President Nixon and Ohio GOP leader Ray Bliss. Senator Goldwater has said he intends to retain leadership of the party he won at the National Convention in June, and he is known to back fully Republican National Chairman Dean Birch. The chairman of the Republican Governors Conference, Governor Robert Smiley of Idaho, has suggested outgoing Governor John Anderson of Kansas as a replacement for Dean Birch. Smiley also says he'll call a meeting of the GOP governors in early December, and it's clear that the future of the party will be number one on the agenda. Governor Anderson, who describes himself as a middle-of-the-road Republican, said he had no comment on Smiley's suggestion. Anderson did say, however, the thing that hurt Senator Goldwater most was the widespread idea that he would cause a downturn in the economy. Senator Hubert Humphrey and his wife returned to Washington tonight from the LBJ Ranch in Texas, and he told neighbors it feels very, very good to be the new vice president. The Humphreys have lived in suburban Chevy Chase for almost 16 years, and Humphrey told greeters he loves his neighborhood and wants to stay there if he can. Already, there has been pressure on the Humphreys to move to a bigger house to meet the needs of a vice president. In fact, former Vice President Nixon urged today that the federal government provide a residence for the vice president. He said he had sent telegrams to President Johnson and Vice President-elect Humphrey promising support of such a project. Richard Nixon tangled during the day with Governor Rockefeller of New York, whom he called the principal divider of Republicans during the recent campaign. Rockefeller fired back that Nixon was being peevish. The first U.S. probe of the planet Mars appears headed for failure unless the Mariner 3 rocket responds to emergency treatment in space. Scientists at Cape Kennedy are beaming radio signals to the Mariner, hoping to correct an apparent series of post-launch errors. One of the problems is to get the rocket's solar panels in working position so its batteries won't die in the next few days. Britain's former Prime Minister Alex Douglas Hume said tonight in London that gradually the interest of Russia may lie with those of the United Kingdom and the United States in a world which is peaceful. One of those in the audience was the Soviet ambassador to Britain. Reports reaching Leopoldville, the Congo, say white mercenary soldiers have plunged into the rebel heartland of the East Congo and have met little resistance. Radio messages from the soldiers say they are less than 30 miles from Kindu, a rebel stronghold, and have already occupied one town. This is the spearhead of the first major anti-rebel offensive in the Congo. Admiral U.S. Grant Sharp, Jr. has issued a blunt warning to communist foes in Southeast Asia. He's the commander of U.S. military forces in the South Pacific. He said in Honolulu that the United States has no territorial, military, or political ambitions in Southeast Asia. But he added that U.S. forces are ready if the day comes when, in the face of communist aggression, it will be necessary to resort to armed force. And this was Guy Fawkes Day in England, and the annual bonfire battle between police and firecracker addicts blazed up on schedule tonight. Scotland Yard claimed victory with more than 100 arrests. The bonfires commemorate the famed gunpowder plot of 1605, in which Guy Fawkes and fellow conspirators tried to blow up the first King James and his entire parliament. I'll have the weather in just a second, but first, you never had it so good, so convenient, so easy on the budget as when you sign a Burkhardt yearly service contract. It's the perfect answer to your home heating needs. Find out about it today. Call Burkhardt at 344-1234.
The warm weather eye sees for southern New Jersey. Fair weather this morning, low in the low 40s. Today, Friday, mostly sunny and cool, high in the upper 50s. Clear and cooler Friday night. Currently, small craft warnings are displayed. The barometer is holding steady now at 29.91 inches. The winds are from the north-northwest, 10 miles an hour, 46 on the mainland, 48 degrees in downtown Atlantic City.
You have just heard WOND All-American News and Weather. Bruce Roberts reporting.
Serving South Jersey, WOND, Pleasantville.
On radio, All American.
You're in orbit with the WOND, All-American, All-Night Satellite on WOND.
First in South Jersey.